Hi, people. Very good evening. Good to see you all again. After the power-packed session today, the vibrant role plays that you all did, how is the energy? I can say only Sunil is energetic. Why is that so? Where are others? Saturday evening? Busy preparing for interviews? Full of energy. Hi. Wow. Good. Fully charged, Pritesh is saying. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Great. Good. So you all know who our guest today is by name, right? It's revealed already in the group. But let me introduce you who the person is. Okay? But I also want to remind you, he'll not come with this kind of energy that we are showing. Yes, yes, yes. And people who are not on camera, please put on your camera. Yes, yes. I want everyone on camera. Rahul, Akshay, Srividya, Kartika, Vijay Kumar, where are you guys? Devshri, Srinivasu, Vinod, Vamsi, Samir, Nilesh, Nisha. Great, good to see so many people now at least. But people who are not on camera, I request you to come on camera. Because if you're not on camera, I don't know if you're listening, what you're doing, right? Hi Ramya, hi Ravi, hi Gautam, hi Suresh, hi Uttam, hi Ganesh, Kunal. I happen to interact one-on-one with few people today. And it's good to see the energy intact. Okay, without much delay, let me introduce our guest today. He's someone who has close to 2 decades of experience in the corporate world. He has made an impact not only in India, but also at international level, blending his corporate expertise with a passion for emotional and mental wellness. A proud author of the Amazon bestseller, Be Emotionally Fit to Lead a Fulfilled Life. International keynote speaker, a recognized expert, fueled by a passion to help individuals achieve holistic success and lead happy, meaningful lives. His impactful coaching extends beyond his personal development as he also helps coaches in growing their business and guiding them towards scalable success. So let me welcome our guest today. Let's show our energy, guys, as I welcome a seasoned mentor, author, and speaker, Manikandan MS, also known as Money. Team, can we have some music, please? Can we all show some energy to Money? Yeah, welcome energy.
Thank you, Dipti.
Team.
Thanks for the warm welcome. Yeah. So what's the music? Drum rolls? How are we going to start?
I don't know. Team missed out somehow putting it. Team, where is the music? Money's still waiting.
We can do our own drum rolls.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you, Dipti, for giving this opportunity. And thanks to Vishal that I had a good interaction and able to talk with so many 75 plus beautiful souls here this evening.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So welcome. I officially, Mani, I officially welcome you to our virtual stage today. It's our utmost honor to have you here.
I'm privileged.
Yeah. Before you officially begin, I want to introduce our audience today. Okay, our mentees. So we are a what do you call it, as a batch of passionate mid-career professionals, each from different domain and industry, tech, non-tech, HR, finance, banking, you name it, and we have it here.
Great.
Okay. Yeah.
Great.
So they are in this 3-month journey with us. Okay. And now we are close to end of, completion of 2 months. And they all are following Vishal's framework, learning and implementing practically in their personal as well as their professional areas. And you won't believe, but we already have some mind-blowing breakthroughs and wins for some of them.
Some.
Yes.
3 months now into that. This is the third month.
This is we are close to end of 2 months. There's still 1 more month towards this journey.
Very good.
And yeah, so the journey has begun, as I would say. It's not the end of 2 months, it's just began, because they all have to now double their efforts and practically apply all their learnings.
Yes.
And therefore, at this stage of their action-packed journey, who better than you who can help them?
True. And today's topic holds that relevance to everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
I think we should get started.
Yes, absolutely. So over to you, Mani. The stage is all yours, and they are all yours for the next 1 hour. And I leave it up to you. How do you want to conduct the session, the Q&As and everything? So all yours.
Thank you, Dipti. Yeah. So guys, we have about 70, now close to be 80 people. Awesome. So how would you prefer? Let's have this interactive session. I mean, Hindi, English chalega, little bit, or you want purely in Hindi? Oh, sorry, purely in English. How do we get going? We'll have some interactions as well. And English, both are fine? Okay, Hindi and English. Great. So more towards initially we'll have the talk, all those things over the chat, and then later I'm like Dipti has given 1 hour. I'll try to share the things that I want to share in 1 hour, and then we'll open up to Q&A. Maybe you individually have to ask anything. I'm open to take and answer your questions as well. Okay. So to begin with, English, we'll do a mixed match. They're all the audience here. Okay, Jhansi. So tell me, Dipti was just mentioning you're all from different backgrounds, corporate backgrounds, different verticals, software, IT, pharma, domain, banking, all the different fields. But the topic, I'm sure you must be already knowing, it's shared in the group. And you know what's the topic that I'm going to talk about, also with the introduction. Put in the chat box and tell me, who here is not overwhelmed? Meaning, with what is happening currently in your life. Interview prepare karna hai, CGM is getting to an end, office work, things at home to do, relationships, maybe you having kids drop karna, pick up karna, that thing, this thing, so many things to do every day, man. There's so many things going on. It's already 2 months and then so many things to do. Put in the chat box. I want to know who is not overwhelmed. Who is not overwhelmed? Okay. 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 I asked the other way. Okay. So that means others are overwhelmed. Trying to find sanity in chaos. Okay. Enjoying it. That's nice, Manjunath. Good. Know who is to take. Yeah, a lot of actions to take. Vishal and the mentors gives you a lot of things to do, right? Ye karo, interview ke liye prepare this framework, do this, do that, one-on-one calls. Man, so many things are going on. Accountability partners chasing you. Ye karna hai, wo karna hai. When are we going to get all this done? And the truth remains, right? I mean, despite all these things going around, we have to sail through. And today, the topic that I am going to share is definitely that. Like, how do you handle yourself, or how do you handle such emotional overwhelmed situations? I'm not going to talk about meditation. Trust me. I'm not going to tell you sit and meditate when there is a tough time, close your eyes, relax. Many of you know that. You can do that. But I'm going to give you some practical or worked out ways, which if you can practice over the time, definitely it can work wonders. Basically, it increases your capacity and also makes you to handle anything, not just 4-5 things. You can handle multiple things and you still don't get overwhelmed. And if you remember these 4-5 practices, which I'm going to share as we go on, it will definitely be useful for you. Okay, does that work? Is that good? Is that good? Because I know most of you are going through a lot of things. I spoke the other day with Vishal and he was telling me they have this to complete, that to complete, list of things that they have to do, because what we are looking for them is to raise their salary to 2x level, get them to the promotion, take them to the next level. And I'm sure you all want that, isn't it? So let's get started with that. Okay, I have a small deck to share, which let me share screen and show it with you. Yeah. Okay, I hope my screen is visible. This is what we are going to talk on now. How to be optimistic always and not get overwhelmed in life. Overwhelmed to hoga. But how do we handle ourselves? How do we not get carried away by that and as a result, something else gets of us? Okay. So now, like we all spoke, like I just asked you, all of you, some point of time, go through this emotional roller coaster. Sometimes happy, sometimes joy, sometimes worried, sometimes sad, sometimes angry, sometimes fun. Some part of life, right? We are human beings. And like I said, we are all emotional beings. If this is not there, then what is life? No one can always be in one state of affair. We are not like a tree or maybe some non-living thing that, you just can be in one state. We all go through that, which is fair. But then when it goes to an extreme level, when it goes beyond a control, is when things get out of shot. Meaning when you are not able to, because of one thing bogging you down, maybe pressure at office, maybe something at home, maybe something to do with work, or maybe something what you're doing in CGM, bogs you down, after which you're not able to get up and take up more things and do. That's when the actual problem is. It's not, emotions are good. Emotional roller coaster is good. But when you go through certain things, you should not sit in that and then not get up. That's how we are going to, that's what I'm going to talk about today and see how you can understand, how you can manage yourself during those tough times. Okay. So proceeding on, I'm sure something or other of this is part of your life each and every day. Overwhelmed feeling, frustrated feeling, disappointed feeling at times, maybe for things that you wanted did not happen, maybe lonely at times. What am I doing? Meaning I've started some journey of my own. I've started on self-development. I have invested lakhs of rupees here. I'm doing so many things, but am I doing the right thing? Questions about yourself. Sometimes even not fulfilled with life, whatever is happening. Meaning you've been struggling hard in your job, working to do so many things, but your boss still doesn't feel that you deserve that worthy promotion, or maybe a hike, or an appraisal, whatever it could be, or even worried. I'm sure any of these things, or maybe a couple of these things, should be going on and off in your life. Put the chat box. Do I understand it right? Okay, Rohini says yes. Okay, others, Rahul, Santosh. Oh man, fast. Okay. Ruchi, Lavanya, Ganesh. Okay, most of you. And this is part and parcel of life. Now let's understand when these things are going on, how can we make ourselves emotionally and mentally stronger so that this just becomes a piece of cake too. And the next day or the next moment or after 1 hour, you're like, okay, fine, no problem. I know this is a thing. Let me focus on this now and then I'll come back to next. How do you develop that? Okay. I hope you're with me so far. Let me continue. Yep. Oh, okay. Screen share. 1 second. Just give me a sec. Yeah. And this is not just what I am sharing based on what I have understood and what I have helped people with. This is coming from researchers. I have this valid statistics data, which is from the ComPsych Stress Pulse report, which does analysis regularly with employees in terms of how they are going through, what is the stress levels they are at work. And you see what is happening because of one thing getting carried over to other. Maybe you might be stressed at work, you might be pressurized at work, but that could have again an impact. Like we know, we are the same person. People say leave the work at work, don't show it at home. But it's not possible, isn't it? What you are the same person at office, you are the same person at work. Maybe you're angry with your boss. You cannot show that anger to him. But ultimately, when you come back home, maybe your kid, maybe your wife, maybe someone else at home, it comes out unknowingly, and then they wonder what's happening, what's the problem. But it might not be some small thing, silly thing what they have said, maybe something else, because of which you're overwhelmed already, and them adding to that bursts out, and then you take out that reaction, and then you're worried. So what do we do about it? Simple. This problem, what you're talking about, of stress, about depression, about so much worries, and it's not only limited to us, you and me. We are common people, right? Everybody, big, everybody, name the person, they go through it. It's not limited, which we'll talk about at a later front. You'll understand, because we are all human beings. Ultimately, at the end of the day, who are we? We are human beings. So emotions are common. And that's where this concept is very, very prominent. I don't know how many of you are aware of this thing or heard about this thing. They talk about this concept called EQ, emotional quotient or emotional intelligence versus IQ, the intelligent quotient. Our education system, or maybe people, the way in which they are judged based on their skills, primarily revolves around IQ. IQ. Kitna hai? Iska IQ score kitna hai? This is how people were spoken about for a long period of time. Long period of time. Even kids were judged based on that. Even employees or employers, when they conduct assessment tests, they look at the IQ score. But times are changing. And I would say maybe post-corona, Corona speed up the other part, which is the EQ part, where someone's emotional quotient is also checked or looked upon. Is this person stable? Is this person, when you join a new company, the HR has started conducting these tests as to, is this person, will get him a job? Like they say, there's a famous saying, IQ can land you a job. Your IQ can land you a job, but are you going to grow there? Are you going to stay there? Are you going to live there? All depends on your EQ. IQ can take you a job, but your growth there, going to the next level, all depends on your EQ levels. Are you able to manage your emotion quotient? Are you emotionally intelligent enough to see things well in advance and manage yourself, not getting succumbed? किसी ने कुछ बोल दिया, team member ने कुछ बोल दिया, you go and show it somewhere else. Are you a good leader? Great leaders have great EQ quotients. They know there might be a pressure of what could happen in the company tomorrow, but then when they have to address a big set of people, they are calm, they are composed, they handle it professionally. You wonder, wow, such a big decision. How is this person able to share? Because leaders are built on EQs. So today, as we speak, this is getting more and more prominent into the limelight, this concept of EQ, which again directly or indirectly correlates to what I'm talking. But again, you don't have to worry or learn what is EQ. Ye kya hota hai? There's a big book, there's a Bible by somebody called Daniel Goleman. I don't know if you've heard of. Daniel Goleman is a person who has written about this EQ, and it's a huge manuscript. I have it somewhere there. No need, you need not learn all of that. Have some few extracted tips, simple tips that we'll talk about towards the end, which you have to follow. That's all. But you need to understand this concept of EQ, because all of you are in jobs. You are looking to go into the next level. You're going to move on to bigger leadership levels. So it's very important that you understand that it's not just the IQ which will take you there. It's also the EQ, which is very, very important in today's world. With all the things going around, layoffs, stress, family pressure, income gaps, everything rising. This is also getting prominence in the day-to-day. Okay. So, moving on. Oops. I think I'm sharing a different view again. Give me a sec. Yes. Okay, so here is where this point of IQ versus EQ comes, which is both go hand in hand. I mean, by this any means, I'm not saying that IQ is less important and EQ is more important. Both has to be balanced equally. And this person, Daniel Goleman, whom I was talking to, has written a beautiful quote. He says, CEOs are hired for their intellect and business expertise and fired for the lack of emotional intelligence. He wrote it several years back, but today this is getting more and more prominence. When you get hired by the company for whatever position, whatever skills that you have having, it's based on your intellect, IQ, and your expertise. But then when they understand that this person cannot handle the stress, this person cannot manage the team, when he's put into tough situations, he's not able to sail through. He's crumbling. The only way is to show the door. So it's equally important that you understand the importance of EQ versus IQ. I think this speaking. Okay, Daniel Goleman. Yes, Ranish. Moving on. Like I said, each one has to go through these things. It is not only you and me. Celebrities have been talking about it. If you know Shah Rukh Khan, Shah Rukh Khan or Dwayne Johnson or Deepika Padukone being one of the famous actors. She spoke some time back about having this going through depression, having the problems, and she has her own foundation. I don't know how many of you are aware of it. Live, Love, Love Foundation, based out of Bangalore. Her sister is running it, Anisha Padukone. And they are basically helping people in the rural areas, people in several areas to come out of this mental tension and trauma and whatever they're going through, funded completely by Deepika Padukone. So this is where the levels are going in terms of your mental balance, in terms of your emotion handling and things like that. So it's also important for us as career grooming professionals, as people in the corporate world, to understand this. It's not limited to just the people, the blue collar jobs or people off the lane. It's applicable for each one of us. Like I said, celebrities, the common thing between all of us is we are human beings, and everybody has their own things. Somebody making 50 lakhs will have his own problem. Somebody making 1 crore has his own challenges. Somebody making 100 crores has their own challenges. So let's accept. At every level, it needs to be built in. Okay. So moving along. This is just picked up from there. So this is what I believe in truly. When I say people are not born emotionally strong. Nobody becomes by birth a strong one, but they become. Meaning you have to train yourself, you have to understand few things, you have to do certain things, and that's how you become an emotionally strong person. It doesn't come by birth. By birth, if I say, nothing to do with the emotions, but what is the first thing that we do once we come out to this world? Or even if we don't do, what do the nurse and doctor make us to do? Put in the chat box. Yeah, absolutely right. Cry. Cry. That's the first thing we do. And again, though there is a scientific reason for it, they make us cry to check different things, our breathing capability and all that. But I'm just saying, in cases of emotion, that's the first thing. From there, we start our journey of crying. I want this, crying. I don't want this, crying. I want to eat. I don't want to go. Then slowly temperament, all these things comes. These are kind of, not I would say weak, but it continues on a longer time. Again, it has an indirect proposition on forming our character, the way we become, our self-belief, our self-image, a lot of things. But here is the thing. Though this is, Lavanya, we become strong as we learn through challenges. We go through challenges. But here is the thing, Lavanya. I want to just address this point and then move on. We become through challenges, but everybody is not capable enough to handle these challenges. This is a sad part about it. Neither our education system talks about getting emotionally fit, getting emotionally strong. What happens? You pass through. Some people sail through, some become emotionally strong and they go along. Like I'm sure most of you who are here are in your 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, which is absolutely good. You must have seen through tough times and you have become strong in some or other way. But think about the kids today. Okay, I don't know how many of you keep reading this news in, either in newspapers or through channels. You must be hearing this. Today, one of the biggest problem is children, or rather students, crumbling down for small reasons. Emotional. पापा ने कुछ बोल दिया, and मेरे लिए तो सब कुछ लेके देते थे, आज पापा ने ना बोल दिया. क्या मीनिंग है? Worst reason. Exams. अरे एक सब्जेक्ट में फेल. What is the meaning of living? क्या purpose है life का? What is the point to even live? And then how will I face this? How will I face my parents? How will I face my teachers? How will I face my peers? Because they'll call me a loser. They'll call me a fail. Maybe it's better to end the life. They're thinking of such extreme things. And this is what is called emotionally weak people. And again, yes, it is just increasing. Suicides, depression rate. I mean, there was a time when working people or people working in the corporate or used to say, oh man, depressed ho yaar, kuch pata nahi chal raha. I mean, I'm under a lot of stress. Huh? Don't trouble me. I'm a lot of stress. Today, you can hear these words from children. They are talking of such things. बहुत पढ़ने को बोल रहे, बहुत stress हो रहा है. Huh? We haven't done these things when we were children, or maybe when we grew up. Though we did many things, maybe other than studies, we had a lot of things others also to do. Some people had your own responsibilities to take care of home. Some people you had, things to do. Maybe taking care of your siblings. But today, one chair, two children talking about it, and this is a thing. Like this is another thing which is huge relevant in India, like in the World Mental Health Day. Which recently got over. A lot of celebrities, people come together for this cause. Why is the next generation becoming weak? But what we need to understand here is, yes, we as grown-ups, we have a different things to do. We have different ways of handling this overwhelming and things situations. Some people handle it, some people break down. The idea is not to get broke down and sit with it for a longer time. The idea is to bounce back. And how do you do that? We'll touch upon that. Okay? With me? With me so far? Show thumbs up. Okay? Great. Great. We'll talk about more as we go along. And in the end, I'll also take up your questions or anything that you want to say. Okay? So now, coming to the same part where we left. So like I say, this is like building your own emotional muscle. Everybody has a muscle. We talk about physical muscle, abs, six pack, that, this and all. So this is very similar to building your physical muscle. Means when we have to build a physical muscle, what do we do? Today, straightforward solution. Hit the gym, do regular exercise, work on various things and you build your physical muscle. Straightforward. And same is with mental muscle or your emotional strengthness also. It doesn't come overnight. Meaning it's not like you pop a tablet and tomorrow morning you can say, what? I'm emotionally strong. I can do anything. No. Same is with the physical muscle, right? If you want to build a fit body or you want to lose weight, it's not overnight. You go every day, you have that habit, you routinely do certain things. And then at the end you are like, wow, I built the body shape that I want, or I'm fit, I'm feeling lighter, I'm feeling I've lost weight. Same is the case with building the other part as well. Though there are so many ways, so many strategies, so many things, today I have handpicked 4-5 of them, which I feel is relevant to you all especially. Because what applies for a child at a smaller level may not entirely hold for you. Or maybe something applies for somebody in their 60s or in their retirement when people get weak. Maybe for them it's a different context. But for your context, there are 4-5 things which if you try to implement it, if you try to do it regularly, I'm sure it can make you mentally and emotionally strong so that you handle kitna bhi ho jaye. Like I said, family, work, self-development, many things to do, interviews to crack, sab kuch bhi aa jane, you're like, okay, fine. For me, let me focus on this now, then I'll go for next. And I've seen this practically, I have implemented it, and I've seen with so many people that I have coached and mentored as well. When they try certain things, it has helped them to get a better life. And that's what I want to share with you guys now. Okay. First, not in any particular order. Not in any particular order. This comes first, this comes second. But just thing which I want to share is a process or an identification or a realization called detachment. Detachment. You must be thinking what? Or by the word itself. We all talk about attachment. One of the primary reason of, feeling this going through roller coaster is an attachment towards something. I know it may sound too philosophical at times, but it is a practical thing that I want you to understand and also slowly imbibe it. Meaning, not to get too attached with anything. By understanding the basic concept principle. Like spirituality is one element which we all need to. I don't know how many of you are, have gone to do some spiritual programs or done something, or maybe something like Vipassana, or like there's no religion. Religion has nothing to do with spirituality, by the way. Religion is different, spirituality is different. I'm not talking about going to the temple, praying every day to God and those things. Those are religious practices. I'm talking about spirituality in all essence. So, detach. Detach is something which we need to practice so that we are not worried about the results or the outcomes. This is one major reason for problems. If you see, if at some point of time, if you've been like, oh, man, this is not working, I thought a lot will happen, because it didn't happen. Again, if you look back, you'll see that it is because of your expectations. You expected some outcomes, you expected some results, you looked at something that eventually did not happen, and then broke down. I have a small clip to share which beautifully describes about that, what is detachment. But I hope you understand this concept. This is something we need to remind ourselves. So the things that I'm going to share you is nothing to do with, what, we need to constantly, these 5 things, if you write somewhere, you have a board in front of you, if you have your notebook or a note that you maintain, write these 4-5 practices and remind yourself when you're feeling overwhelmed. If you can keep it handy, like on your laptop or somewhere, wherever you can, you remind yourself, I can tell you for sure, you will calm down. You'll be like, okay. The first is the detachment. Okay. And like, if you know of this person called Deepak Chopra, he said, in order to get in physical world, you have to detach from the outcome and be in the process. Which means you enjoy the process, you enjoy the moment, you enjoy the things that you are having right now in the hand, and be happy with that. Don't worry then. Even our scriptures have told it, right? I mean, if you Mahabharata, Ramayana, Falki chinta mat karo. Do your work. That's all you can put your efforts, your work. Just focus on that. Why get attached to the outcomes and think of it? Described in another way. Meaning, even from our spiritual books, granths, these have been spoken about. And today, let's come in the real world that yes, don't get too attached with anything. Just be detached, because there would be a time when understand the reality. You all have to move on. No one is permanent here. Is there anybody immortal here? Do I know of anybody sitting of this 95 people who is going to be here permanently? I don't know. So when nothing is permanent, why are we worried for something by attaching ourselves to this? Is यही मुझे चाहिए, ऐसे ही होना है, ऐसे नहीं हुआ तो the other person should behave like this only. Let the other person be other person, you be you. Okay, that's right. Okay. Now there's a small clip that I said which talks about this concept of detachment. I want to quickly play it, and let's move on from there. Share sound, I guess.
Mental fatigue and burnout is almost like the epidemic of the century. Some of the brightest people with immense energy and passion go through this phase of extreme exhaustion, which might last for months, if not years. Often, we attach ourselves and our ability to be happy on a desired outcome, only to find ourselves disappointed when that outcome doesn't happen. Learn how you can let go and start living from a place of happiness. When you are attached to an object, a goal, a dream, or another person, you can feel that if I don't have that, I won't be whole. And this creates a lot of feelings, including anxiety, fear, anger, jealousy, hopelessness, sadness, disconnection, and the list is endless. Detachment reveals the great paradox of life. In order to acquire something, you have to relinquish your attachment to having it. When you recognize that the only genuine source of security is living as your true self, then you can more easily detach. But what exactly is meant when we talk about detachment? True detachment allows for deep involvement because of the lack of attachment to outcome. Many people are attached to relationships, money, social status, jobs, and many, many more things in life. Basically, anything you can use to describe who you are and who you can be is a sign of attachment. How to detach? Let me quickly share a few ways to begin practicing detachment. Firstly, distinguish between ego and actuality. Your ego might tell you not getting the job you want or not achieving a goal has ruined your career, ruined your prospects. The actuality is you are disappointed because you didn't get something you wanted. Nothing has changed except your thoughts about your future potential. The actual situation is the same as it was prior to not getting the job or accomplishing your goals, and you can still advance your career and life. Secondly, detach from work. Detachment from work means that when you leave your workplace, you leave your work-related worries there. Detachment from work means that you do not define your personal worth too closely to your performance at your workplace or to the validation that you receive at work. Detachment from work means that you do not rely on work alone to give you a feeling of completeness and to provide meaning to your life. When you go about attaching your happiness, your existence, and your life's meaning too deeply with your work, your relationships, or anything else for that matter, you put yourself at risk. Thirdly, observe your mind. Become aware of what kind of thoughts you habitually think. What things or descriptors do you identify with the most? Become a student of self. Watch yourself closely. Heighten your awareness of where attachment happens more frequently for you. Recognize attachment comes with an emotional charge. Notice where you feel this charge in your physical body. Meditate on it. Meditation is a vehicle to help your mind release patterns of thought and action that no longer serve you. Spend some time in meditation each day and watch how the patterns in your life begin to change. The first step in making change is recognizing what it is to you and what is it that you want to change. Instead of getting frustrated or disappointed when you fall back into an old habit, celebrate that you are now noticing when you repeat the pattern of thought or habit. In time, this will allow you to transform your behavior. When you begin living a life that starts with happiness from an internal place,
Oops. That's okay. I think we have covered the majority of the thing. Question is just towards the end. Okay. Who says, are you with me? MS Dhoni also tells this, follow the practice. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Who has seen that video of MS Dhoni? He says, whenever the way he remains Captain Cool, is shared a video there. He is not worried about what outcome, what will happen, we win, we lose, and all these things when he was a captain. He used to just focus, what can we do now? Let's focus on the efforts. Let's focus on what we can do. That's it. Outcome is not in our hands. Let's put our efforts. Okay. Sure, I'll share the video over with your team as well. So I hope you're getting the concept. That's the first thing. Because here we learn, I'll share all the things you later. Okay. So please, detachment, it doesn't with one overnight. Practice. Practice comes. Okay. Move on to the next one. Okay. So just jotted down few things. Implementation is not tough. We'll come to it. Okay. So let me move on. The next is very close to me, or rather, I would again, is something which I truly believe in, which sometimes we forget, each of us, but I'm sure you must have heard about it, and that's called the concept of gratitude. Being grateful for. This holds very, very important lives in our lives, because again, we forget. It's not a practice that every day morning we get up, and I don't know how many of you do it, but I'm not sure how many of you like get up in the morning and say, oh God, I'm alive today. That's itself is a blessing. Meaning I'm going to start my day with that joy. I'm alive. I can do so many things. I'm having a job. Wow. Meaning I'm having food to eat. And I'm having a house. I'm having so many things. If you start your day itself on that note, trust me, it might sound funny to you, but the mind or the brain starts looking it in a different way, the life. You do practice, Awesome, Dinesh. If you don't, make it a habit. Used to know, Nisha. We'll have to bring it as a practice. This is something we normally don't tend to, because when we get overwhelmed, no, or when we get emotional, we're like, what is the meaning to life and all these things? And that's when this mental muscle that you have built about will make a difference. It will tell you, so what? It's okay. It's okay. It's just a situation. This too shall pass. I still have life. I can go back and look up. I have a family. How many people are there at this moment as we speak? I mean, maybe your own near and dear ones who have lost their lives due to whatever reasons, maybe corona, maybe some other disease, or whatever be the thing. With no, I mean, corona was a wake up to so many people, right? I mean, somebody who's healthy, somebody who's going through all good 2-3 years back, innocent people, they just left for no reason. And then if you and me are sitting and talking today at this moment, let us be grateful, no? It's thanks to the technology, thanks to whatever we have got, internet, connecting in different parts of India and globe, we are able to connect to each other. Let's be grateful. So beginning of the day, when you start looking at it, your brain tends to rewire, and with time, you will see good in everything. When your boss says, this year no hike, instead of, why am I working in this company? You're like, okay, no problem. I at least have a job. How many people are jobless today? They are searching for a job. They're struggling without unemployment is at the high. At least I have a job. Chalo, hike nahi mila to next year mil jayega. You know, a way to look at it. That's what I'm saying. And people who don't have job, who lose job, that's a different way of looking there also. So I'm saying is gratitude. Being grateful for what we have is an amazing concept that we all should practice. We all should imbibe. Follow the rest of the things what I'm going to share or not, but gratitude is something I want you to imbibe in your daily life every day, right from the morning. I mean, there are simple things. If you have like running water, if you have a home, if you have clothes to wear, be grateful. If you have a bed to sleep, be grateful. No, when we wake up, we can say, oh man, I have a bed. How many people are sleeping in those streets without a bed in this cold, December, right? North India is getting cold. You know, right? Every year, how many people die because of this cold winter? At least I have a home. Nothing's to do. Okay, chalra. I have food to eat in my table. Okay. So look at the good things that we have, and that starts to rewire our brain. To not get overwhelmed, not get, and also if we get, okay. It's a temporary phase. And again, this is said in another beautiful video, which I want you to also watch, because it's a small kids video, where, I mean, people look at so many things. I have this, I have this, I have this, but the kid looks at in a different angle. I'll share it. So like I say, there is always something to be thankful for in life. Need not necessarily big things. Hike mila to hi hai, salary hai, hua to hai, or maybe I get a big gift, then I'll be grateful. No, for every little thing that we have, being alive, say like anything, we can be grateful. Okay. And watch this small one and see how you see this.
Today, boys and girls, we're going to take a few minutes and draw on the pieces of paper in front of you something or someone you are grateful for. Taking the time for gratitude is so important for our peace of mind and our happiness. And it's a great way to remind ourselves how lucky we are for what we have and who we have in our lives. Afterwards, we're going to share what we've drawn with the rest of the class. Let's begin. Wonderful, class. Now, who would like to come up first and share what you're grateful for?
Me.
Yes, Sarah, come on up.
I'm thankful for trees because they give me oxygen.
That's wonderful, Sarah. Thank you so much. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
Jason, come on up. What are you grateful for, Simon? How would you like to play a game with your classmates to see who can guess whose hand you drew? Would you like that? All right, class. Can anyone guess whose hand Simon drew?
I think it's the hand of a policeman because they protect us and keep us safe. I think it's Simon's hand because he's grateful to have a hand. Is it the hand of God? It's your hand, Miss Sanders.
That's all with the video. See, how wonderful is this concept of gratitude, being grateful for small, small things. Beautiful, isn't it? So I want a commitment, if not for others, other things what I'm going to share, but at least with gratitude. Tomorrow onwards, when you wake up, ensure that you begin your day with gratitude. Whatever commitment. Sunil, I got a first commitment. Yes. Naresh. Life is a gift. It's wonderful, right? There are so many things to enjoy. We already have so many things. But our brain is by default wired to look at things that we don't have. What is not there? What is wrong? What is... this will shift your focus to look at better things in life. Okay? As the little child just saw the hands of his little teacher, of his teacher, who's holding him every time that he's in problem, he's coming down so that he does not fall. It's grateful that the teacher is holding. He has the hands of the teacher, the fingers of the teacher. Okay. Okay. Next is not a theory, but a concept that I want to tell with you is, which I've told again earlier, is don't take life too serious. Meaning, don't think that if you are not there, nothing is going to happen. At times we get bogged down by that. The team will not run. If I am not there, nothing can happen in my work. My boss is going to struggle if I am not there. Trust me, no. Move out and see. Things will go on its own. Might be somebody else replacing it, or maybe the work getting differentiated, or somebody getting elevated. Some or other way, things will move on. So which means not just at work, I'm saying, even in life, when situations happen, don't take life too seriously. This is the third concept. Always remember, when you feel serious, when you're feeling so much of things are going on, I'm getting over, pause for a moment and say, what if I'm not there the next moment? Kya? And you might have your own answers. Each one of you might have your own answers. Some of you might justify it. Some of you might say, no, aisa nahi ho sakta. Whatever it is. But think for a moment. That's all. Life is so short. These days, it's very, very short. These days, it's very, very short. Trust me, I'm sure each of you must have had that experience at some point of life in your own way, in your own family, near ones, dear ones, friends, somewhere. But we need to remind ourselves once in a while when we get overwhelmed and we are not seeing the good things in life. Don't take life too seriously. Nothing is going to happen. Okay. So there's one more beautiful saying on this, which I liked it when I read it. It says, don't take life too seriously. He will never get out of it alive. No one of us. You're never going to get out of it alive. So don't take life too seriously. Keep smiling, keep spreading joy, and just be happy. Okay. And again, this is one small quote. I'll not go for a video for the next ones because I'll quickly explain. But this is from Sadhguru. I don't know how many of you follow Sadhguru. How many of you, I mean, you're sure, right? I mean, these days he is a popular celebrity and people know him everywhere. So if you've heard this, hear that. When he talks about not taking life too seriously.
No, Bertrand Russell, an Englishman. Bertrand Russell said, if you're beginning to think that what you're doing is very important, you need to take a holiday. So holiday does not mean coming to India. Holiday is every day, in those 24 hours, you must take a holiday from your seriousness. From your seriousness has come essentially because of your self-importance. You hold yourself as an important person. I want you to see you are like a speck of dust in this existence. Tomorrow morning if you disappear, for sure in India nobody will miss you. Even down under, they won't bother much, you know. A handful of people, they will also forget soon enough. Isn't it so? Oof. Nature does oof, you're gone. And nothing will happen in this world. Everything will happen wonderfully well even if you're not there. Every human being should be aware of this every moment of his life. It does not matter what the whole world says about you. It does not matter how significant a work you're doing. You must understand that tomorrow morning the world will go on fine without you. Just loosen up your life a little bit, laugh a little more, involve yourself with people around you. Do things that you think is not so important. Don't do things which are very important. Do simple things. Very important you do simple things. Very important things you're doing in your life, you will become dead serious. And don't be dead now. A time will come. It's time to be alive.
Don't be dead serious in life. That's what Sadhguru says. Live the life. And that's very true, isn't it? When you're alive, be alive. Don't be dead now, being serious. Okay? Cool. So going on, the next, or the one more thing which I feel plays a very important role is, which I want to definitely think for you is, see, like whatever concept I told you, these are very simple ones, which is not something very complex. But you know, with time, like I told earlier, it builds something in you. And you start seeing life, the problems, the situations in a different way. Trust me, it's not about one thing. It's not about one moment. This is to build that mental muscle, that strength in you that come what may. You're like, okay, fine, it's okay. These are some principles, I would say, that becomes a part of your life. And finally, this doesn't happen all alone. You also need to be in the right environment. Have you heard of this saying? Has anybody heard of the saying that the environment or the place that you're surrounded by, the people you're surrounded by, you are an average of it. Meaning you are an average of the 5 people you surround by. Your environment is more powerful than you. You could easily be affected. I hope you must have heard this saying. Like, if I have to know, like there's also a famous saying, recently I was listening, if I have to know what is your bank balance, I just need to see who are the people you hang around with. And they say, you are the average of the 5. That's what your bank balance is going to be. It's gone to that level. So understand, even in all terms, in financial terms, in your maybe in health terms, if you are little overweight, see who are the people you are hanging around with. Are they healthy? Are they the people who push you to fitness? Are they the friends who are around with? It's very important. So if you desire to be somebody, if you want to be happy, if you want to be joyful, if you want to be, always that, surround yourself with people like that. That's a more easier way. If somebody is like always telling you, what I'm grateful, man, I have a job. By default, somewhere you get a reminder also. Yeah, man, there are so many things in my life too that I can be happy about. I can be thankful about. Somebody does not have a kid, man. I have a kid. Wow, I'm so beautifully blessed with a baby. It could be as lucky as that. So be in the right environment. And that is what my final point was to conclude, which is like always be in the right environment, wherever it is, because the environment is more stronger and you become who you are surrounded with. An eagle surrounding itself with pigeons thinks it's a pigeon, not an eagle. It's very important. Who are the people you are surrounded by? Who can help you? Who is really a good wisher? Who are your friends? Who are the people you hang around with? Ramadan. And like everything, if you have healthy set of people, if you are the people whom you hang around with, be happy, be joyful. So choose the people around you wisely. Power of community, absolutely. Power of atmosphere, power of the people you surround by. Who are the people who are affecting you, your thought process, your thinking? That's very important. Okay. So that's in crisp of what I had to share. And we can now take up questions. But before that, my pleasure, Kevin. I would also share that, like Dipti was initially mentioning it, I would like to conclude that. So, like, she was giving an introduction about me. I don't know how much of you heard. So, I'm also an author. So, I've written a book about this and this concept. It's an Amazon bestseller available on Amazon. So, maybe I can share the details if anybody's interested. But you can, it's a story basically. I like stories. I love stories. I don't like to explain theory as theory. No fun. You'll have to explain theory as stories so that the concept gets understood in a storytelling way. So that's what I love to do. So I have a book which is about a story. We'll talk about it if anyone is interested. Okay, Dipti, that's all for now. If anybody wants to, how do you take up questions? Anybody wants to unmute or anybody wants to raise hand, virtual hand? How do we go? If anybody has any questions, or you can put it in the chat box also.
Okay, Mani, I think it was a powerful session. You touched upon very few things, but those were powerful enough. I'm sure people, you would agree, right? Put it in the chat box. Was it helpful, powerful? See? Wow, 100%. Awesome,
Thank
powerful, yes.
Thank you.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. So, Mani, before you begin with the Q&As, I am curious to ask one question. Yeah.
Question from the host. Go on.
Yes. So, Mani, what inspired you to transition from the corporate world to becoming a mentor who's focused on holistic success and emotional fitness?
My own life journey.
Would you like to throw some light or share with us?
Okay, sure. Why not? I'm happy.
Wow.
So, in different angles, Dipti, I would say, like starting from the corporate world. So again, we all, you should be able to relate to what I'm saying. In the corporate world, after my studies, got into a job, things were fine. And then one point, the situations. I mean, maybe I would say 20 years before I was so naive, meaning when there used to be extra pressure, there used to be, more responsibility shoulder upon, and then you're like not able to do your routine work and all this. Why am I being tortured like this? Was my approach. Why is it being done like this? And then I found out I should tell to people, I should talk to people, but there was nobody. Then I figured out maybe, this is the way life to go. But then over time, again in the corporate world, I thought, okay, maybe, what, I'll change the job. Maybe the new job could be better. I leave this job, I leave the manager and I'll go. Let's move there. I went along there. But then again, initial good phases, but then again, those tough times. I was somebody who was like always very transparent and open, but that doesn't work in the corporate world many times. You are true to yourself. So then I realized that I'm missing something, something which I did not knew. And that is what prompted me in initial level to assess, is there something I'm missing a few years back. In addition to that, I started noticing people around me. I thought this was my only problem. And since I was more interactive, making friends, people and all, I used to ask my team members, colleagues, all this, like, how is things with you? And are you really, oh man, you're just doing it for the sake of doing, man. I know at the end of 30th, we get a message, salary credited to the account. And so is that all? I mean, then I thought there is something missing in all this. So that's when I started exploring. Then I had my own self-realization. I went on a journeys. I went on spiritual practices like Vipassana, going there for continuous 2 to 3 times, or maybe understanding, reading books, hearing out to spiritual gurus. All this made me realize that, you know what, these are some of the things which are required basically in life. Without this, life is nothing. It's not just about the money. Money you'll make. Money you can make through different means. But in addition to that, there is also an angle which people are missing. And maybe I should be somebody who, if I can help people, if I can serve people who are really going through those tough times, understand the reality and come up, I think that gives me more happiness. And I started it right from the corporate world. If you ask me, there were times when, because of this, my friends, there were good incidents when somebody used to come and say, you know what, "Arey yaar, aaj wife ne wo bol diya, these things are not working. I don't know, our marriage might not go so far along." Then I used to tell, you know what, aaj jaake na ye batana. Tell her this, aisa karo, ye aisa karo, something, whichever comes to my mind. And then after a week, when he comes back and says, you know what, "Arey yaar, tune to badhiya karte, meri wife to abhi khush hai." Like, good, it worked for you. I'm happy. Bas yahi chahiye tha na. You were deciding of parting ways. Ab unit ho gaya, no, just control your anger for an extent. Sab theek ho jayega. And when I see that people changing lives and getting real results, I was very happy. So this prompted me to take to the next level. If I can go, if I can tell people about it, if I can speak about it, if I can mentor people about it. And that's where the journey started from the corporate side. But again, in personal side also, there are a lot of incidents that happen in my family, as my upbringing, which is not a major thing to do because we were away from parents, from dad. A lot of things which inspired me. There is something bigger. So all this combined made me to take on this journey.
Wonderful, very inspiring, Mani. I'm sure you will bring a lot of change into a lot more lives in the upcoming years. And yes, I think it was inspiring. Whatever little that you shared about your journey, your story, and how you were able to help in your initiatives. I'm sure a lot of us also do at some point of time, like helping our friends, our colleagues with something or the other. And if that turns out to be positive, I think, it gives us a side of happiness, a fulfillment. You were able to give some insights, and that was helpful. I think wonderful, Mani. Thanks for sharing this. And now we have some people who have already raised their hand for questions. Maybe we can take one by one. All right. So who do you want to go with? And team, you can just bring them on spotlight quickly.
Yeah.
One by one.
Just quickly, I want to answer some chats also. We'll go in the same order. Deepak, Jhansi, and Kevin. Before they come, I was looking at someone's question. Everything happens. Okay. Was it about the book? Yeah, someone's asking about the book. I think Vinay found it out. Be emotionally fit to lead a fulfilled life. And yeah, there's the book. Be emotionally fit to lead a fulfilled life.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Yes, Deepak, on to you first. You can unmute, Deepak. I think you're on mute.
Thank you very much for the chance to ask the question. While we practice gratitude, there is another fact that unless we are hungry for the success, we cannot be all that super successful person. So how do you maintain the balance between gratitude and having the success for hunger?
Excellent. That's good question, Deepak. Good question. So be there. This, I'm sure some of you, I don't know if this question came to your mind or somewhere. Gratitude to sab kuch grateful hai, everything is good. So how do I get hunger pulses? So the idea here of gratitude, Deepak, is not to be complacent. Being grateful is different. Being complacent is different. Being complacent is like, bas bhai, sab ho gaya, ab to mere paas sab kuch hai, I don't want to do anything, mere paas khana hai. That's being complacent. And as human beings, our true sense is to grow, is to explore ourselves to the full potential. And here is where I have, again, understood a term called relaxed aggression. I don't know if you've heard of it. There are so many things people speak about. Relaxed aggression, meaning you have an end goal. You are aggressive, but you are not that hustle, karna, ye karna, wo karna. I want to reach that. I want to reach it. If I don't reach it, it's not that way. But you're relaxed, meaning you know you are going to achieve it. Life, kuch gaadi koi choot nahi ja rahi hai. I have my time. I'll do it. I'm happy. खुशी खुशी achieve करते हैं ना those things instead of just struggling. I know some people who are like, no, मुझे 1 crore achieve करना है, 1 crore मेरे बैंक में चाहिए, दिन रात में काम करूंगा, फैमिली 1 crore, अरे लाइफ में और कुछ नहीं, आउटिंग वीकेंड पे जाना नहीं, 1 crore, अरे ऐसा दौड़ के क्या फायदा, हेल्थ का देखभाल नहीं, फैमिली का देखभाल, 1 crore पहुंच के if you are sick, all the 1 crore you have to go and put it to your doctor. What is that 1 crore फिर क्या मजा उसका? So that's why I say be grateful and enjoy the journey and proceed ना. See, that is the concept. It is not being that मैं लाइफ में कुछ नहीं करूँ, लाइफ में गोल्स चाहिए, लाइफ में एम चाहिए, we have to achieve it, we have to work towards it, and the moment we achieve we need to set next level of goals, but then at the same time खुशी खुशी जाना चाहिए. The journey is more enjoyable than the end result. So खुशी खुशी जाके, and when you reach the end result, this matter, I know I'll reach this by, मुझे 1 crore चाहिए, मैं कर लूंगा, इसके लिए मैं सारी खुशियां whichever I have in my life उसको इग्नोर करके नहीं, I'll have everything in life and I'll still achieve that. That's the concept that we need to understand, and that comes, it happens. And really, trust me, the highly successful people, the highly rich people today, you can name them, they are the most grateful people. They have this practice every day. They maintain a gratitude journal, जो हम लोग नहीं करते ना, हम लोग तो बोलने के लिए, सोचने के लिए we are thinking. People are there, when they wake up itself, they start morning, they have a gratitude journal, they sit and write whatever they have, their goal writing, they practice this, they have that. Because जहां पे भी पहुंचे, they know कि कितना भी पैसा कमा लो और कितना भी goals achieve कर लो, there is always more to achieve. They understood there is more to achieve. ऐसा नहीं कि ये achieve किया तो there is the end of it. So there is always a path ahead. So why not enjoy and keep traveling instead of saying, you know what, hustle, focus. Hey, ka maza. You know, that's what I would say. So understand this relaxed aggression. Aggression honi chahiye, but relax. Karenge na. Being grateful, enjoying the pleasures in life. Kuch ko bolte na. I mean, I'm sure you must be married, you have kids. Deepak, sometime down the line, no, as I grow up with this, बच्चे तो बड़े हो गए भाई, पता ही नहीं चला कब बड़े हो गए, you know, तो बच्चे बड़े हो जाएंगे, you don't have to do anything, you are focusing on what your goal to achieve. These are बच्चे बड़े होते जा रहे हैं, so why not enjoy with everybody, spend time with the family, enjoy the little pleasures of life, be grateful for what we have and enjoy the times. क्या पता, maybe today you are in a job, tomorrow you might go to a bigger job or maybe to a different city, and तब मजा, अरे यार इतना दिन बैंगलोर में था, I never enjoyed Bangalore यार, अभी तो दिल्ली ये गर्मी में रहना पड़ रहा है, बैंगलोर वाज मच बेटर, अरे बैंगलोर मजा ही नहीं किया, दिसंबर में इट्स अ ग्रेट टाइम टू एंजॉय, तो एंजॉय बैंगलोर, तो वहां पे जाके रिग्रेट करके फायदा नहीं. सो एंजॉय एवरीथिंग एंड गुड, दैट्स व्हाट आई वुड से. डज दैट हेल्प? थैंक यू. यस, झांसी. Thanks, Deepak. Jansi, you are talking on mute. You can unmute.
Hi, Mani. Good evening. We are grateful today you are here because this is right time actually for us, for all of us. We are rushing up to complete 3 months here. We need to learn and we need to win our goals. But
Okay.
here, this is very awesome. Actually, we came to know a lot of things. Whatever even already we knew also, now this is like brush up session. And in different way, you have explored that. That gave us very helpful. But here I have one question actually. This is not question, confusion.
Go on.
Actually, yeah. Just we need to do the actions, forget about the expectations, right? And affirmation, what affirmation telling, we need to affirm what we want in future, like exactly the people are telling exactly with the number what you want to gain, exactly we need to affirm that, exactly whatever it is, whether you can achieve today or in after long time also, exactly we need to do the affirmations. Here actually I'm getting confusion. We should not expect on the actions what we are doing, and but every day we need to do affirm on that. Affirmation is nothing but expectation only, right? So we are expecting that this is what we need to achieve.
Okay.
Thank you.
Question. So here's the thing, Jansi. You spoke about that one, no? Doing the work and all. This is like, again, I'm sure you must have heard Karmanye Vadika Raste Mahapalesha. I hope I don't have to repeat the Sanskrit sloka. So what you have in your hands is what you can do now in your actions. That is only your hands. The outcome is not the hands. So the idea is detach yourself by not expecting anything, not expecting on the outcomes, but you can definitely do what you can do. One. Now you asked affirmations and expectations. So affirmations is not expectations. They have a subtle difference. Affirmations, like you rightly said, is like affirming. You know what? I want to make, like the same example, I will make 1 crore. It's like living in the present. When you say affirmation, you talk in the present sense, right? I am already making 1 crore. Annually, I am making 1 crore. That's an affirmation. Yes. And you need to say that, okay, understand that that is for you to understand that उसके ऊपर मुझे काम करना है. ऐसा नहीं कि I will write everyday affirmations, I'll make 1 crore, I'll make 1 crore, and suddenly 1 crore आ जाएगा. Actions you still have to do.
Yes.
Actions is in your hands. Commitment is in your efforts is in your hands. Commitment is in your hands. So it's basically to let's say if you are a person who is doing affirmations, whatever affirmation, are you doing affirmations? Would you do affirmations every day?
Yeah, I'm doing every day. Gratitude I'm doing and affirmation I'm doing every day.
Skip the doing affirmations for 1 week.
Okay.
And then look back and see, are you still progressing towards your goal या फिर direction ही बदल गया है? Watch it.
Definitely we should not progress.
You will go away, drift
Yes.
away. It's a constant reminder also. Psychologically, how it works is affirmation is definitely good. I have no this one against it. Definitely you should do affirmation. That is like constantly reminding you of where you're going. Where you're going. काम तो करना पड़ेगा. Action तो it's like reminding. Man, I have a somewhere like some deal you might want to crack or some interview like, should I do? Should I not do? Let me do it now. I have a bigger goal. So it constantly, nobody is going to come and remind you, sitting beside you. Then see, you have set this goal. Then see, you have set this goal. It's an affirmation that keeps you that on the toes and reminds you. Effort to karna hi hai. Efforts is always there. And that's in your hands. But not expecting ki mujhe na, wo mil hi jayega. Whatever I do, I'm going. You will get it. But not with that expectations you're doing. You're working on your actions. Like somebody was saying, right? MS Dhoni's attitude when he has a beautiful video. He says, I know I'll win, I'll lose. That is an outcome. That is not in my hands. I'm not going to expect that. What I have is what I can do now. मेरे actions बताएंगे result क्या होगा. I'm going to focus only on the game. I'm going to focus on the overs. I'm going to see who is batting, किसको next लाना है, किससे bowling करवाए. This is the only thing I'm going to focus. Outcome हो गई होगा.
Okay. And the moment we done some action, but at that moment, what we expected didn't happen. Maybe various regions. Then how we need to come out from that situation? Like again, positive mood.
That is what I shared. You developed an expectation. Na, ऐसे ही होना है. Other person should talk like this only. Other person should behave like this only. This should be happen like this only. You expected. नहीं हुआ तो. Yes, it happens. Still unknowingly it happens. And that is when these moments of things will help you. This muscle that we're building up with practice in terms of your detaching, in terms of, more. I mean, there's so many things called, I don't want to take in detail the concepts of self-love, and about how you can be more compassionate towards yourself, not beating yourself for something going wrong externally, which you don't have control of. वो सब बहुत deep में जाना है. So within the time frame that I have not gone into details of those things. But I would say, again, it's there in the book. If you want to get a book on Amazon.
Always cultivating compassion every day we need to work from this.
Yes. That's definitely there.
And wisdom, cultivate wisdom every day.
Yeah. And trust me, if you have that concept of gratitude, kahin na kahin, let's say you expected something from somebody and did not happen, you'll be like, okay, fine. It's okay. That person did not understand me. It's okay. No problem. That person must be going through something else. Wo bhavana itself will solve the problem. Instead of why is he not listening to me? Why is he not understanding me? What is his problem? Versus seeing it in a different angle. By default, the brain or your mind starts to, okay, fine. Maybe he's busy with something else. Maybe he's not understanding what I'm saying. It's okay. It's okay. That way. Does that help?
So we need to build up the attitude.
Attitude you can call yourself muscle or emotional strength or mindset or whatever you call. Because our happiness is in our hand, no? If you follow some of his Sadhguru's videos, he is very beautiful. Like somebody asked,
I'm following him. Yes.
When somebody asks, Sadhguru, don't you get angry?
Yeah.
Don't you I know,
I
don't
have
you?
angry, yeah.
Then you remember what was his reply?
Yes.
That permission I have not given to anybody. I decide when I have to be angry. I decide when I have to be sad. I can be angry. Not that I cannot be angry. But that permission I have not given to anyone else. I have kept that permission with me. So nobody has a this thing. Whatever they do, I'll not get angry. Because that power is within me. I'm not given the power to someone else. And that means.
Yeah, I heard in one video that some anchor, she asked that you're elder and you're superior, you have a lot of information, you're great. Never did you feel like you're greater? He said, yes, I'm greater. Immediately, spontaneously, he told that. So everyone laughed.
Sure. It's amazing. Yeah. Thanks, Jansi. Thanks for the question.
Thank you so much, Manish. A lot of clarity you have given on my query. Thank you.
Kevin. Actually, yes. Hey, Kevin.
Hi, good evening,
Good evening.
and gratitude to you. First of all, thank you for sharing your positivity. My question is actually about gratitude. We live in this very fake world, technically speaking. Yeah, everyone is now in this YOLOing scenario that you live only once. Uh, it, People are not really very receptive about gratitude, and when you give gratitude to people and like to your higher ups or anyone, they feel that there's a sense of is he just sucking up to me, or is he just like doing it for the heck of it? I don't really see that emotion quotient coming in, regardless of thanking him. For example, I went on a project and I really thanked, once I came back, I really thanked that higher up saying, hey, thank you for giving me that opportunity to travel and going and completing it. Without that decision, I wouldn't have taken. But nowadays, people don't really take it the way it's supposed to be taken. So, how do you get that message across of being grateful for that opportunity or anything that you are, like, for example, getting up in the morning also, but that you're telling yourself? But what about other people, other human beings are like us who have emotions running high, who are their EQ may be higher at times, but so how do you get that message across to them is what I want to talk about, specifically about gratitude, because this has been my major takeaway this year, 2023, and you actually spoke about it very well. So thank you so much. And yeah, so that's my question.
Sure. Thanks, Kevin. Again, beautiful. And I want to end your 2023 by giving you that clarity so that you end the complete picture of gratitude. So here is the thing. The attitude of gratitude that you carry is not for anyone else. It's for you.
Okay.
Meaning, you are telling the other person is not taking in the real sense, whatever sense is saying, why is he taking it fake? No. It's not for them. It's for you. You got something which you are thankful about. And you just express gratitude. Least of the worry what that person is taking it as. He's taking it as fake, he's taking it in the real sense. It's the other approach. What you can do is in your control. You don't have to justify, I'm really thankful. I mean, trust me, from the heart, I'm honestly thankful. I really mean it. I'm really mean it. No. That's not what we want here. When you say something from the heart, I'm really thankful for getting me this opportunity. It's all to do with your happiness. You are telling it from your heart. Mostly people receive it in the right way. And we are not worried for others. We are spreading love. Right? And again, that concept is like, wo bhi mere ko ise receive karega is somewhere again the problem comes. Expectation.
Okay.
So if you got something throughout the year or whatever you got, maybe high, maybe something in life, family, be thankful, grateful. That's it. And so that you feel happy, you feel blessed. I'm able to breathe. How lucky I am. And during Corona, right? And I'm able to breathe. People are not able to breathe, man. They're losing lives. I'm grateful for that. Ab jaake usko bologe. So, it's a different ballgame. So you are worried, you just be for your happiness or your satisfaction, your contentment. There's nothing to do with others. Gratitude is what you feel about you and your life. That's what the prominence of it. The angle ko thoda switch karna. It's not to please anybody. It's not to make someone feel good. It's not to make others feel great about that you are thankful. No. Even if you're not thankful, trust me, Kevin, there are instances when you really don't have to go and thank somebody, but your actions will show it. They'll feel, wow, and so itna chota sa diya, and this guy is like so happy and so cheerful about all these things, and see the way in which, you know, our body language, our things, all this shows. If somebody does something, even if you don't say thank you, that doesn't mean that you don't say thank you. You say thank you to whatever you want, but it can just be through your actions. You know,
Thank
somewhere
you.
it will come back and the person will say, wow, इसको तो मैं हाइक देना था, मैंने हाइक भी नहीं दिया, नहीं सो हैप्पी मैन, इसको तो फिर हाइक देना पड़ेगा.
Yeah, thank you. That makes absolute sense. I just wanted, I have absolute clarity just for me and myself. And I've been giving that gratitude and speaking to my team also about gratitude that we somehow missed out on talking about it all this year. We've been struggling. We just came back from COVID, and this year we've been just coming back to work in this hybrid world. But I think the emotional quotient of just giving, saying thank you, and being grateful to what we've been doing. So yeah, thanks. That sums it up very well. Thank you so much.
Great. And I also ended on a note. If you've been passing this message to your team and you're talking to them about it tomorrow or whenever the next you're going to meet them, end their year on a great note. Tell them it's not for others, but it's for us. So let the message pass on to them also.
Yep.
So that
Yes.
they
Thank you
also
so much.
understand and pass on the message to them as well, Kevin.
Sure, 100%. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Why is Ramya saying that this session does not end? No one is hungry. Nobody wants to do anything else. Everybody wants to just sit here and listen. Hi, Sunil.
Thanks, Mani sir, for bringing a EQ angle in our life, and it is very important. I have two questions. First question is about related to money. When money is getting involved, how to detach? Example, let's say Harshad Mehta Gotala happened. Many people invested, then how to detach? Second question is about this rat race. After 5 years, I will be having my alumni meet. Then obviously comparison comes. How we'll handle that situation? How will detach, or do we have to do something for that? So these maybe your guidance will help us.
Sure. So first one is about attachment to money, like Harshad Mehta scam or something. You put money and the money loses. What should we do? Let me address that first. So again, the question boils down to the same thing, Sunil. Meaning, why is that bothering? Meaning, हमने तो बहुत बार सुना है, people keep telling it. क्या लेके आए थे, क्या लेके जाओगे, पैसा इधर ही आया है, इधर ही छोड़ के जाना है. These things are told when we go through, but nobody is understanding it at a intellectual level. As that is the truth, na. Money goes and goes. Again, money is like you'll have to if you go more spiritual, there is a different money is spiritual. There is so many concepts in depth about money which people understand in the real sense. They're not worried because it is to do some good in the world. Alagi concept hai. But for you, I'll say, if you have invested the money, is that what you're looking somewhere? Like if you invested money into something and you're not getting the returns, is that where you're coming from?
Yes.
You invested a money and somebody again cheats you, or for whatever reason you did not get the money back. What to do?
Correct.
Will happen. So I would say accept. That person's karma is not in your hands. What does he do? You went with the right intentions and right expectations. Then we talk about the law of karma. What somebody does comes back to him in some or other ways. Do good more. So all those things. What other person's action is, you can't control. But again, then you will have to, again, they reflect back. There's something called when we look back again and say, you know what, man, I lost some amount, whatever be the XYZ money. Is there something that I owe to somebody, or if I have to do something for somebody which I did not did at some point of time? It went on like this because there is one saying which is getting more also, again, as I understand this, इसी life में ना अपने को जो भी कर्म है चुका के ही जाना है. Like you get from somewhere, you lose from somewhere. You lose from, like, there's also the concept of multiple lives and then people carrying his karma to the next one and all. But I am these days, I don't know, maybe the way in which I'm looking at it, it's somebody over the years, you see that what they have done, they experience good or bad, whatever it is, in this life only. And they go. Maybe or those people are coming to my sites, mujhe pata nahi. And I'm seeing this, Sunil. Like if you do more of things which are not relevant, they see the results of that also in this only. Maybe in their few years down the line, or maybe in the old age, or maybe for whatever, in their relationships, in their family. Kahin bachaya, kahin kharch ho gaya. That concept. So I would say the other person's karma is not in your hands. Just do the thing that you are good at in doing. You invested maybe for your own family thing or for whatever good intention. The other person cheated, then now he has to take that suffering with you. You can't do much about it other than filing an FIR.
Thanks. Thanks.
And then the second question, Sunil, what was that?
Okay, rat race. Like
Rat race.
competing with each one. And let's say every 25 years.
What is
Rat race means competition among our own colleagues.
Correct.
Our college colleagues. We meet after 25 years. Who reached where? Correct. That is keep going on. But now how to come out from that rat race?
Achha, how to come out of it? Okay. So the best way, if I say in one line, is don't compare. But you will say, no, I still will compare. I want to compare. So what you should compare with is not only in one angle. Compare in all the angles. Compare with your family relationships. Compare in your financial positions. Compare in the way in which you are living, your kids, their kids. What is his kids doing? You know, are they going to it? Compare what is your relationship between you and your partner. Uska relationship kaisa hai? Har tarike se compare karo. And then you say,
this is good.
Otherwise, don't do compare in one angle. Sirf if you're comparing with a financial thing or maybe his position, he's assistant VP, main to sirf manager hai. No. It is one way of comparison. If you're doing, ideally, no comparison. Everybody has their own track. Apna journey hai. No comparison. But if you compare in all the things. Na. Why compare only one thing? Ek aspect se kaise aap determine kar paoge? See how much, maybe Saturday, Sunday you are getting an off. That guy must be struggling on Saturday, Sunday to get off. He must be working that hours. Arey, meri life to better hai yaar. You know, so compare in all the ways when you do comparison. Don't do in one angle, one aspect.
Very good point, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sundar.
Last question for today by Manikam.
Thank you to Ganesh. Ganesh has shared the book link. Maybe I will also share if you want. Thanks for sharing the screenshot, Ganesh. Yes, Manikam.
Good evening, Mani. Thanks for your time sharing with us. Yeah, initially you started with, I'm not going to tell to do meditation and steps. And also you said detach. So already Sunil covered, but I go a little deeper. Right now we consciously speaking, okay, and everything is going fine. But we go sit in a movie, a fight scene comes, we fight. A romance scene comes, we romance. Some emotional scene comes, we cry. The detachment is still there. I understand you're a Vipassana person, you understand, I understand, but how you put it in a nutshell that everybody can understand, and because everybody knows this is a movie, but still they cry. Right? Everybody knows it's a fight between one person and other person, and still they are acting. But still, we take them as a hero or whatever. But there will be a real hero. Your dad, mom, or anybody can be a real hero. But they might not have taken them as a real hero. But whoever is on the silver screen, they are the heroes. Whatever they are saying, we take it for granted, and then we go by or reciprocate or whatever we do it. How the regular common people can understand and move forward the real detachment? Please enlighten us. Thanks.
Sure. As you were asking the question, what I was looking beside was, Manikam, I was looking for a book. I could not get that. I don't know where did I keep the book. So anyways, I'll explain. I would wanted to show a beautiful answer for this. So what you're talking about, Manikam, is we cry, we laugh, we feel sad, we feel anger, all that, as you say, initially it comes. It is bound to happen, Manikam. We are human beings. You heard this? Or you must not have heard this. That's why you're asking. Emotions are juices of life. It comes from Sadhguru from many ways. Emotions are juice of life. You have to go through all these things. It cannot happen that, you know what, I'll be happy. I'll be only happy. I will not get angry. Or I'll be angry. I'll always be angry. There's no person in this world like that. Everybody goes through ups and downs on this roller coaster. Emotional roller coaster ride is for everybody. But how you handle it, how you understand, how do you take the situations? And when you watch a movie, when you are happy, if the character there is happy, you're happy. And you're feeling that, you know what, when they are sad, you're crying. This is where the picture comes in place. Like, when you said, right, if the character is crying in the scene, very emotional scene, everybody cries. Trust me, not everybody cries. Not everybody cries. You might be crying, but not everybody cries. Because everybody has a different way of, or the, the understanding of, their emotional muscle, I would say, rather has built up in a different way. Some people, for little things, they might start crying. Little. Hero and heroine is fighting, they might cry. Some people, their level of capacity, the muscle, no? Like, for example, when I talk about the physical muscle, for some people, when they lift 1 kg, it might not pain. For some people, even if you lift 10 kgs, it would not pain. That's, they can easily lift. Some people, even they lift 50 kgs, they will be like, okay, fine, so what? For them, 1 kg, what are you talking? 10 kgs, what are you talking about? Same is the mental muscle. Isn't it? How strong you are to handle the situation. And that's when the concept of this emotional intelligence comes in place. Wherein you're also intelligent and you're also emotional. Emotionally intelligent concept. And that's what you need to understand. So there's nothing like, you should not, like, for example, they say you should not cry, you should not. Emotions are juices of life. It has to flow. It will flow. But then don't be in that state for a long time. You need to be conscious. Like, for example, crying is okay. But what if you're an angry person? You start shouting with everybody. At home, you shout. With office, you shout. With the team members, you shout. With everybody. Then it causes chaos. So you need to realize that. And that is when these things come in place. By getting into anger, you are doing more harm to you than others. Those concepts and all comes into place, and it requires a deeper insights to one's overall perspective. Does that help? Thank you. Thank you. You're on mute.
Yes, wonderful, Mani. Thanks a lot. I believe everybody got I understand, but I believe everybody got the pulp of this. Thanks.
Okay, sure. I'll take one. Thanks, Manikam. 2 questions from chat. Rohini Salunke. I think she cannot come on camera. She's putting on the chats. So she says, how to handle sick manager who is intentionally tortures for their insecurity. We can't report to their reporting manager as well as both the very close. How did it affect? But it did affect not many people on the floor. That's not a problem. It affected you, Rohini. That is a problem. It is not easy to ignore many times. As a person is our reporting manager, I see many people crying and leaving the company. Okay. How to take these kind of situations? So Rohini, I hope you're hearing me from whatever we spoke. So I'll give you a simple tip. Change job. You're here, you're learning, right? You don't have to handle it. Vishal is coaching you how to 2x your salary. Come to him and say, you know what? You be what you are. I've got 2x salary. I'm leaving. Thank you.
I'm the only person who been there for 2 years, and other people have left for only 2-3 months working and leaving. This kept on happening, and I'm the person who, tried handling that. I tried being good with her, and, kept on. Sometime I tried convincing, though I don't like it because she always wrong. I tried being, whatever she says, I'm like, yes.
Coming for you. I understand. See how much of support for you from the community people. Somebody saying you're stronger. Vanikim is saying you're stronger, you're superb. They're saying. So, Rohini, you know what? Ideally, if you feel it's getting too much on the head, go and talk. Let out. Sometimes the person not even know.
I did try, but again, when I realized it is not going to work, I just kept on focusing on my salary. Is my salary again? Fine. I kept on searching. I changed the job and I got again good package in another company and shipped it. That's what I was able to do last time.
Sunil gave a tip. Send him for CGM. Maybe if that works. Or I would say you can't change someone else, no, Rohini. What you can change yourself, right? Or the best option, if it is going beyond your out of the way, maybe talk to the immediate boss, her boss, or say and something like that. Even if that will be a problem for you, search for a better job, because there are so many.
We did try everything. Yeah, we tried everything. I tried everything. Than other people, I tried more to talking to her, reporting head, my CEO, everybody. But again, when I realized it's not going to work for some reason, it's okay. I don't need to change anybody now. I need to change the company now. So I changed the company.
You changed it. Oh, so you're talking about your ex-boss now.
She's not actually a boss. My boss is CEO. I was directly reporting and she was just a manager.
The manager.
Mediator.
Okay, fine. So you're talking about your ex-manager. Fine. So it's the same. You did it all. But again, to say if you're still in the same company, I would say, understand you can't change someone, no? Maybe. make them understand few things to an extent. It's not your responsibility. Is that person your responsibility that you have to change the person? No. You have your happiness, your joy, and your things are in your control. You can't do much about changing. You can change yourself.
But it did affect it really very bad at that condition because it was a COVID time and night shift and that kind of toxic person, it did affect it. If I wish I would have realized it even earlier so that I could have changed it even earlier.
And if you go, the roots come to that only, Rohini. The first point I spoke about, that attachment with, you go and introspect yourself. You'll figure out there was some kind of attachment or something within you that, that could be your first job or that gave you some comfort. And you're like, this is it. Like even with the job, I would say for people, there could be something you would know if you introspect.
Yeah, it was it was the first company I got 100% hike. That was my weakness there.
There you go. There you go. So you were attached to it. So that was
Yeah,
I told you the first one itself, I told you. So this is what, when you build it over time, you'll be like, you have to eventually move from there. So that's the reason. That's the reason.
Yes. Thank you. Thanks everybody for support.
Thanks,
Wow. Wow. Lot of tips, lot of nuggets, Mani. And I'm sure, each one of us at least incorporate one teaching that we have from you. Right, people? Can we put it on the chat box? Yes, Mani, you have something to say?
No, sorry. I was just asking if anybody wants to connect. I can share my details also by the bio and the links. If somebody wants to connect with me and someone was saying, who was it, Rohini? Or someone was saying, don't end the session. So if you want to connect and ask more questions, we can do that.
Yes. So Mani is in my connection on LinkedIn. You can find him very easily because he's an author, he's a keynote speaker. Very easy to find him on the social media.
Yes, I will also.
Yes.
Sure, I'll quickly share that as well. So maybe I have this one slide which I had prepared. Anybody wants to also anyway, people can search from LinkedIn, which is a very prominent platform. In addition to that, if you guys want,
Anurag has also put the link of your book, Amazon link. So people go.
Perfect. This is the one. You can go on Amazon also.
Thank you, Anurag.
Yeah, thanks, Anurag, for adding that. And also, in case you want to connect with me, here are my details.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You can drop an email or reach out to me. Thank you.
Mani, one last question from me. Again, closing it from the host. Any specific initiative that you have thought of focus on this, mission of yours to make positive impact on people?
Yep. So something which I didn't touch upon much here. Yes, thanks for asking that, Dipti. I am focusing more on youngsters today. Though I'm addressing a crowd who are, all of you are mid-career professionals, more or less of you and doing. I'm focusing on younger generation because I feel that's where the problem is. If we can fix things over there, by the time they reach their 30s and 40s, they'll be much more stronger. Because these days you see very, very brittle and very, like I told of situations. When I speak to some parents, they say, my child is like, like the reasons that I said, simple reasons. We used to say, "Arey, subject mein fail ho gaya to kya? Theek hai, okay, fine. Chalega. Baad mein next time likh lenge, supplementary likh lenge, December mein likh denge." All those things used to come. But here people are like, there's no meaning to my life and all those. So I am working, my mission now is basically to help youngsters, where I'm focusing on to help them become emotionally fit and how they can lead a better life. Even my book is talking about story of two youngsters. That's all. The book is about two youngsters from their children, how they go to the school, what happens, how they grow up, how they grow into the corporate world, what all happens in their life. So I want to make them understand these principles, which somewhere, knowingly or unknowingly, parents are also missing to imbibe in them. And because of their busy life or for whatever reasons. So that's where I'm working with teenagers, youngsters on that aspect. So that's my mission where I'm specifically contributing with you.
Wow, wonderful. Amazing. Yeah, I think that's the need of the hour because that's where, as you rightly pointed out, the problem starts, right? Very good and amazing session once again, Mani. And yes, people, I think even one thing, if you start incorporating right away from what we learned today from Mani, I think it's a way of paying gratitude indirectly to Mani, right?
Okay. Thank you for listening. I want to first of all, again, 70 plus people. Thank you for staying so on a Saturday evening and listening to me. Thank you so much. Means a lot. And it's not gratitude to me. I would say gratitude again to Vishal for giving an opportunity for me to be here. If Vishal was not there in your life and my life, I would not be here. So let's, I thank him, and thanks to Dipti for coordinating, for arranging all these things. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mani, for bringing this meaningful impact to our lives. And looking forward to hear you and see you more often in our session.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you for your time today.
And bye-bye, everybody. Thank you. Have a good weekend. Have a good Sunday. And keep growing to the next level. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we have the music, team, before Mani goes? We couldn't play it in the beginning. Yes, let's show our energy.
Anurag is here.
Anurag is
No,
facing
Anurag's-
issue, I guess. Yes, it started. Yes. This is our way of showing gratitude, Mani. Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, people.
Take care.
Very good night to everyone. Bye.